Well, normally what I do is I'll get two venti. I go to Starbucks. I get two venti of the pipe with 2 shots in them. So black eye in both.
What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Eli the Rebel. We got DPL coming in today. It's exactly a week from Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving. I apologize for not mentioning that in last week's video, which you can click in the iCard right here, top right corner. You know the drill. Now, today's episode is gonna be a little different. I played 2 games. I played 2 games back to back, pretty much. The day in between was Sunday, so I was locked in NFL all day on Sunday. So I didn't play the second game until Monday. So I'll be covering that game a little later on. So first I have to, we have to go over this, this Dex game right here. So he brought all the threats. Pretty much. I knew with this team composition, I was actually afraid of Archeops being a thing. Instead of, I don't know, Gastrodon per se. Like if he switched out like Gastrodon for Archeops, I would have been in a huge predicament because of 2 things. Most of the time Archeops wants to run boots. My only hazard is rocks on Lando. And I also have webs on Orbeetle, which I'll get into a bit later. So he doesn't need to feel, obligated to run boots against me in particular. And then the second reason is Mixed deals with a lot of threats. Obviously, I can't switch into flying type specifically. Rock is, really good coverage for the resist. A rock move to Lando T, for example, would do a lot as long as, if he's not intimidated and things like that. And then when I say mixed, I mean, you could throw a heat wave in on the side just to, 2-hit KO Sizzler, because I am FizzDev Sizzler once again. It's gonna be a little different today with the double upload day, so I'll leave both of my pace in the description down below. For anyone that wants to, follow along with me as I go over both matches. So you can see here I have Comfy, Orbeetle, Miss Mag, Lando, Mega Sizzler, or Shifu Rapid. He brought the Gastrodon, the Tapu Koko, the Mamoswine, the Florges, Mega Metacham, and Hawlucha. So we about to get this popping right here, okay? So he goes Koko as I go Orbeetle. Orbeetle was always my lead to counter Mamo lead. I needed to know what item Mamo was, but I end up figuring out that Koko's item is Specs. So obviously that's another, set that I can't really switch into. So my natural thought process here was, okay, go to Scizor to resist Specs Dazzling Gleam, in case he tries to Dazzling Gleam the Landorus, right? So he actually ends up doubling to Gastrodon as I go to Scizor here, which is fine because U-turn about to do 36 on that. I just get up and get out of there. You know what I'm saying? So I U-turn to Miss Mag as he decides to Earthquake. I went to Miss Mag predicting Scald actually. So I felt like, Scald was the freest button to click, especially in front of Scizor. You want to try to burn that, you know what I'm saying? But I go to Miss Maggie Earthquakes, which is even better because I'm Levitate. Here I can fire off a Shadow Ball and then figure out what his switch-in for that is, which is Florges as Scarf Shadow Ball. The crit does 30% and is lefty, so I already know that this is Spadef. As heck. Okay. I'll go back to Sizzler here, knowing that, as you can see, Florges' problem is it doesn't have fire moves outside of hidden power fire, which is banned in this league. I go U-turn out, knowing that this won't stay in, and here comes the Metacham which was me U-turning on the meta chain was huge. Like, that chip is giant. What it allowed me to do was U-turn into Miss Mag, and I'm Scarf to outpace this, and pretty much any priority that's not bullet punch, you know, freaking Miss Magius is immune to that. So I could just fire off the Shadow Ball here. If he went back to Florges, he went back to Florges, and we would just do the whole cycle again. So me getting rid of Mega Medi was huge in my opinion. But now here comes the Coco, and you know, I would like to save Miss Mag for a little later. Here I go Lando here predicting Volt Switch, but he actually U-turns here. So you know, future me, which is today on Thursday. Wow, I can't believe it's December already. Holy cow. Future me was probably gonna rock a Rocky helmet like I did week 1 to punish that. But you know what? He ends up going to Halucha here to get the Unburden proc, which was really interesting because my team isn't chipped down yet. So I was really surprised that he went to this. So my only out here was hopefully he didn't, you know, sub on my U-turn. I know that Dex is the type of dude to run Swords Dance on his things. So it's like Swords Dance 3 attacks, which I got right later on. So here I just U-turn out on the SD. I have Comfy for this reason. However, Draining Kiss with the Pixie Plate did not kill, as he just Poison Jabs and kills me here, which is a bit unfortunate. But you know what? That's what that was Comfy's job, is to Draining Kiss this threat, because it's +3 priority Draining Kiss on an Unburden Mon like Halucha. So I'll take this trade. I bullet punch here no matter what. I knew it would kill. I didn't even need to think about calcing it. At first, I was just like, it's +1 defense, but Scizor is Technician boosted and it's megaed up already. So no need for that. No need for me to think twice about that play. If he went to Gastrodon, he went to Gastrodon. It is what it is. But he decides to let it go. Here goes Mamo to pressure me out. I Intimidate, and he actually Ice Sharded here, which was a bit odd because, you know, Mega Scizor resists Ice-type moves, and the fact that he clicked Ice Shard was kind of scary because if he Icicle Crash in front of Mega Scizor, I'm in a real bad dilemma, and I lose Lando on sight for absolutely no reason. But luckily, all the Ice Shard, you know, did 73, didn't kill me, thank heavens. Here I go to Scizor. Hopefully he's stuck in the Ice Shard, but as you saw in the turn before, it is Life Orb Mamo, so it could have easily, you know, switched to Icicle Crash or something like that. I knew he wouldn't Earthquake in front of Lando T, which is why I thought Scizor was the best play here, as more Life Orb recoil goes down, and I just U-turn out because Mamo is scared of taking Bullet Punch. So here I just U-turn out. No big deal. I go to Orbeetle this time. Last time I went Miss Magius, and I thought, you know what, that's kind of like, you know, I didn't want to go through that cycle of, you know, going to Florges every time on Miss Mag. So here I went to Orbeetle and decided to Future Sight as he Ice Beamed, just to apply the pressure. Here goes to Florges. I get up my webs here, and now here comes the turn that Future Sight's about to land. This is the part where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna figure out if this is Defog Florges or not. So here I try to U-turn, but Dex protects. Still will hit. Still the Future Sight will take 34 from it. So I just Future Sight again. Moonblast does 35 to me, which is fine. I can easily recover. Good thing he got the drop after my Future Sight, as, you know, Moonblast gets another drop right there. But here I U-turn out on the last, you know, on the turn that Future Sight comes, as all this Florges is doing is Moonblasting. So I can go to Scizor for free, roost up here at this point. No big deal.
here, Dex decides to Icicle Crash as I U-turn out. I could have used that opportunity to, you know, Swords Dance, but I didn't want to do it right away. Here I go to my Bandit or Shifu. I U-turn to my Bandit or Shifu, just to, you know, and I CC'd predicting the Gastrodon, but instead I got Coco instead, which was a bit interesting. So yeah, so obviously the reason why I went to Urshifu Rapid was because water and fighting, Mamo doesn't appreciate that, and you know, and the webs are up, so that allowed me to lock into something. I locked into CC because I know Gastrodon has Storm Drain, and because I know that Coco is Specs, it's going to take webs. Bandit CC does 65, and Coco is once again in webs, so I can just fire off a CC again. I know I outspeed. Here, Mamoswine comes in. I save this because I would like to have this at full, if possible. You know, I know -2 Ice Shard wasn't going to kill, but I don't want to take that shit for absolutely no reason. I have better things, such as a Mega Scizor, and a FizzDef Scizor takes 37 from EQ. He takes more life with recoil, and I just, you know, bullet punch out of there. Here comes the Gastrodon. I U-turn out. It almost kills. Holy moly. Ice Beam does 31% to me. I Shadow Ball here. Dex gets rid of that. So now it's just pretty much, you know, Mega Scizor's still alive, and Florges is the last mon alive. So I'm just gonna play this out. And you know, I get to +4 here. Just to stunt. I don't know why I needed to do that, but I felt like, you know, it would have been, you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, there were things that I could have done a little bit better, a little bit different to get into 6-0 range, you know, but that's all, you know, prep wise. I think I like played pretty well with the very mid team building that I did for Dex, and I look forward to playing Dex again, hopefully in playoffs. But as you're going to find out later on, we play someone very, very challenging in the not the day after this battle, but the day after that. So after NFL Sunday. And so now we are here with a battle against my boy Xander of the Temporal Guardians. So the reason why I didn't play this the day after, I wanted to play this the day after, but like, you know, apparently like it was more important for Xander to play Ant first, so which is fine. So they ended up playing Monday. I watched that battle for a little bit, and then we played right after, and this is it. And you know, Primarina came, which was a giant threat in it was actually not a threat, it was a demon against Ant. So I have my outs for that. Of course, I was not surprised Magmar came because it's a fire type. You need to bring a fire type to a Mega Scizor game. That's fine. But Kangaskhan Garbodor really surprised me. Like there were better things to bring, in my opinion. Like I prepped more for, you know, Celesteela, Torn T, and freaking Lycanroc Dusk, and none of those three came. We have Garbodor and Kangaskhan instead. So it's actually fun. So this is first Audino's first battle, which is kind of cool. So I got the regen core of Audino, Eldegoss. We got Rotom Wash, Mega Scizor, Orbeetle, or Shifu, Rapid. We both agreed to try to meme as best as we can, and spoiler alert, Xander memed more than I did. So here we go. Rotom Wash is here against Primarina. I led Rotom Wash because Mudsdale did not come to this game, so I felt that Volt Switch was free as day. But, you know, good play on Xander to stay in, because that was his best play, honestly. So that was a good job. And for some reason, the flip turn on FizzDev Mega Scizor did 34. And then it was later revealed that, like, it was Banded Primarina. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Here comes the Magmar. I don't stay in here. No way, Jose. But here's the sub. And I'm like, he's gonna belly drum here. I want a Hydro, but I also don't want to miss Hydro. So I ended up T-bolting. Yep, there's the belly drum. I T-bolt to make sure I break the sub. And cross chop out to do a lot. Yeah. And then I went to Audino here because, you know what? I had a Chople Berry for Lightning Rock Dust. Okay? I really did. But it's not here. And so we have this Magmar instead. And I'm like, okay, please cross chop so I could eat my berry and then body slam you. But if he has Fire Move, then we in a bad spot. We in a bad spot. So I had to pray, and if it didn't, I had to pray, babe. I was praying hard that, you know, it was only gonna click the fighting move. And here's the cross chop again. It does a lot, and I body slam the Magmar on sight. So that's a threat gone, which means that Mega Scizor can actually win the game. But because I was so scared of Magmar, you know, being more defensive and stuff, it kind of bit me in the butt that, like, I wasn't SD, which you're gonna see later on. So here comes Garbodor. I frisk Pataya Berry. Sludge Wave does, you know, that. As I do manual Psychic Terrain here. If you follow the paste, you'll see a crazier Shifu set, which I never got to use. So that's a bit sad. But here's where things get really interesting as Noivern Dragon Dances as I U-turn out. And, you know, unfortunately, you know, the Psychic Seed for Shifu boosts Spadef. It boosts Spadef. So, that's not good. That's not good. But I go to Eldegoss here because I know I have the Koba Berry, but then I miss Sleep Powder, and the Koba Berry weakens it to 36. Maybe I could have lived with Urshifu. Maybe I could have. And this is where things get really interesting because, you know, Xander and I are cool enough, so he's like, you know what, I'm gonna Dragon Claw, and, you know, because I felt bad that you missed Sleep Powder. But I miss another Sleep Powder. So, like, at that point, I'm just like, okay, well, it's time to lose. It's just by a matter of how much. You know what I'm saying? So, I have to dance around this threat. I was really scared of, like, Flamethrower being, like, this physical set plus Flamethrower. But it wasn't. So, I'm happy with that. As Noivern D dances again on my U-turn, which is a big yikes. Here I have to do the regen switching, which really sucks. I let go of Audino here as Eldegoss comes in here. Now I land the Sleep Powder as Primarina goes here, and, you know, because I was just so mad from the Eldegoss plays earlier, you know, I should have doubled to Orbeetle, but I didn't, as Giga Drain only gives me like 6 health. So now I have to go back to the Orbeetle, reads that play correctly, and Dark Pulses me. Side Shock does a lot, but it doesn't do enough, and it pops the Pataya Berry, and I go down to Dark Pulse, which is great. Now I go to my Urshifu, and I Surging Strike, get rid of that threat. So now here's where I also messed up. As, you know, I bulk up as, you know, I know this is a D-Dance variant. I bulked up again. And I should have Surging Strikes twice. because I was skipping turns and not realizing that this was Infiltrator, which was really sad, really sad. Now the Lychee Berry pops off, and you know, I decide to sack the Elder Goss here, as I just, you know, fortunately Urshifu did put thing in bullet punch range, but here comes the special Araquanid, which I know he likes to bring a lot, so this didn't surprise me at all. I U-turn out into my Urshifu. Here he misses Hydro Pump, which could have killed, and then I land Acrobatics. Here I Surging Strikes, even with 3 crits, it just does not kill the Kangaskhan. And this is where I should have been SD, as SD could have won here, but I was rused, U-turn, Bullet Punch, and Knockoff, which was really sad. Really sad. I was very disappointed at myself for not, you know, letting Elder Goss miss get the best of me, allowed me to just not play, you know, to my level that I need to play. As you see, the Last Resort set is something that I recommended to Xander when he played Dex. So it's really cool for me to, you know, see that. I'm trying to get Bullet Punch crits, and I'm getting none. So I just let freaking Kangaskhan get the last kills, and you know, that's the first loss for me this season. That really hit me, you know? Like, was I technically I shouldn't be undefeated if Emp, you know, brought Tangela instead of Tangrowth, but like, I really officially lost here, and that is like, whoa, you know? Like, I need to, you know, I'm not saying like Xander is a bad player, but we both knew we were memeing, and I didn't respect that the sets would do well. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's up to me to rework things. And I literally told Xander afterwards, I was like, I need to meme more if we play again, because I feel like I didn't, you know, live up to the hype, you know, which was, you know, bring heat. You know, I just got carried away by me being undefeated, I think. But so this was a humbling loss for me. It really is. But again, I believe we play Ant, so hopefully you'll see that next week. And with that, it's been your boy Eli the Rebel. I'll see you guys next week. Deuces.
What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?